Well, hello and welcome to my latest video. It's that time of year again, in case you've missed it. As we come up to Christmas, we're very nearly at Christmas, when us YouTubers, us top cycling YouTubers, like to give our top 10 best products of the year, or our top 10 suggestions for Christmas gifts. But I thought I'd do my top 10 products of the year. Some of the things that I found particularly useful during my cycling journey in 2021, and they may be products that could be of interest to you, and you may wish to purchase them yourself. And if you purchase them through my store, through my affiliate link, I get 110% of what you pay as a little commission for me, because I'm a top YouTuber. The other thing I'd like to say, and I think it's important to say this, that I have been paid quite a lot of money to say good things about these products. So you can be clear, ladies and gentlemen, that what you're getting from me is an honest opinion, because it's backed up by substantial amounts of filthy lucre, and why should it not be? Now we're going to start off with this particular item, which you may have seen me wear in a few videos, and it's what we in the trade, or us YouTubers, like to call a cap. Alright, so I'm going to put the cap on. I may keep it on throughout the video, or I may not. Now, you're probably thinking, that is one hell of a fetching cap, Julian, and I'd like to get my hands on one. Well, there is an affiliate link down below. So a couple of years ago, I went to Amsterdam for a few days with my lovely wife, Jane, and we were walking around past the canals, and we came across a shop, quite a nice looking shop, and we went in, we were browsing in the shop, and I saw this cap for sale, and I thought, ooh, I rather like that. And I said to my wife, could I get this cap? And she said, no. Well, I'm not a man to be swayed by that kind of thing, I can tell you. So I whipped out her credit card and I bought the cap. So if you want to get the same cap, I suggest you go to Amsterdam and you walk around the canals and you come across a shop. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the shop. And if you go in the shop, you'll see the cap, and there you are. If your wife says no, you'll be able to buy the cap as well. So it was pretty expensive, but they gave me the money. They said you can buy the cap, but if you promise to wear it in some of your videos and mention the name of our shop, which I'm willing to do, only trouble is I can't remember the name of the shop, then we will pay you to wear the cap. And they have paid me substantial sums this year to wear the cap. So I'm going to take the cap off, right? Take the cap off, because you can have too much publicity. I think item number 2 is a packet of crisps. Now you're saying to yourself, crisps? Julian, crisps? You're a cyclist. You can't eat crisps. Well, I can eat crisps occasionally. And I am rather partial, I've got to say, to Tyrrell's lightly sea salted crisps. And I get these in what they call a multi-pack of 6. Not sure if it tastes the same if you don't buy them from the multi-pack, because I've only ever got them in the multi-pack. So, packet of crisps gifted to me by Tyrrell's, because they like the publicity, and they said, we'll sponsor you, Julian. We want you to eat loads and loads of crisps and end up like a really fat bastard, and then you can blame Tyrrell's lightly sea salted, hand cooked English crisps. I never understand why hand cooked is supposedly better than automated cooking. Do you understand that? I don't get that myself. I mean, they're potatoes, I think, plus ingredients, plus flavourings, salt, I suppose, oil. I don't know how you make crisps. But what difference does it make that you cook them with your hands? And you don't put your hands into hot oil, do you? And stir the potatoes around. Perhaps they do. Perhaps that adds to the flavour. Leave a comment down below if you know how Tyrrell's get this magic flavour. Anyway, I think these are rather nice. So that's item number 2. Item number 3. And the thing about this item is that this item generated the biggest amount of sponsorship for me in 2021. And what it is a plastic clip, you see, like that. Now, supposing you, I mean, this is obviously never going to happen to me, but supposing you had a packet of crisps like this and you ate half the packet, and you think, well, I'll save the other half, but I don't want them to get stale. Well, what you do is you just twist them around and then you put this clip on like that, and there you are. It's done. Now, it does come in other colours, but only orange. And this one is called... I can't actually read this. Oh, it says Clip. The brand name is Plastic Clip. How about that? And they sent these for me. Or rather, they sent these to me, a company. They'd watched my videos. They said, we really like your videos. What we'd like to do is to send you 4,000 of our clips. Unfortunately, they're all orange. And then you can use them to wrap up your bags of crisps if you only eat half, as if that was ever going to happen, of a packet of crisps. So they sent me these, and I think these are really nice. They're very useful, actually. So I suggest you contact the company. Links are down below. Contact the company, mention my name, and they'll send you 4,000 of these clips. And then you can use the same kind of principle as I did when you've eaten half a packet of crisps. The next item is something that I've used pretty much every day, and I think I have used it every day, so it's actually fundamental key to my cycling ability or my cycling skill this year, and that is this particular item that we in the trade call a fork. You may call it something else, but we call it a fork. And the way you use a fork, if you're unfamiliar with this, if you're new to the old YouTube experience, is you have some food and you put the fork in like that, put the fork in the food like that, and put it in your mouth, and then you eat it. So a fork is one of the most brilliant implements ever invented by man or woman. And this is, I don't know who this is made by, but it was sent to me by the Fork Marketing Company, who are a little bit concerned that the use of forks amongst the young of the United Kingdom and other countries is declining in favour of spoons. So they're trying to increase the take-up of forks among the general population. So they've identified a couple of key YouTubers. I'm obviously one of them. DC Rainmaker, Shane Lama, the other one in Australia, whose name I can never remember. Oh, it's Shane Lama, isn't it? That's right. Francis Cade, yeah, he got one as well. Got a fork. Expect his video will be coming out soon and will probably get a lot more views than mine does. But then that's Francis Cade for you. Hi, Francis. And the fork. Anyway, if you've not used a fork, contact the company, links are down below, and order your own fork. Perhaps get one for other members of your family. That way it's more hygienic. So, fork. Very nice item. Next item, and again, this was sent to me for nothing, and this was actually sent to me for nothing, as the other things also were sent to me for nothing. And this was sent to me by WeDayDeals.com, which is a Chinese company. And you may have seen me mention this before, because I have genuinely mentioned this quite a few times before. And what it is a thing that you put over your head like that. So if you're planning to rob a bank, all right, you go into the bank and they say, yes, Mr. Hutchings, what can we do for you? Because they've seen me before. Actually, there aren't any banks. There aren't any banks left, are there? How do you rob a bank? We're putting on our masks and we're going out to rob an internet bank. How are you going to do that? Who's driving the getaway car? We've got, what's his name? Fingers Muldoon. Where did that name come from? Fingers Muldoon, he's driving the getaway car. What? You're robbing an internet bank? Yeah. So what do you need a getaway car for? Well, they might come after us. They can send you an email. We contact you through social media. Excuse me, are you the people? Is Fingers Muldoon part of your gang? You've robbed an internet bank. Anyway, this is. I used to call this a buff, and then somebody said to me, "You can't call it a buff. That's a trademark." So it's like a neck warmer, or a head warmer, or an ear warmer, or a bum warmer. Other warmers are available, and I just find it's just nice. It's just nice material. It's quite smooth. It's quite soft. It's quite sort of tactile. It's quite. It smells a bit now because I haven't washed it for a while, but it's a very nice item. So WeDayDeals.com, and this. Actually, I can't. Can you see that there? Can't really read what that says. Go low. Can you read what that says? Is it gold? Goloff E-Joy. Golov E-Joy? Does that sound likely? Sound very likely to me. Anyway, they've sponsored me. WeDayDeals.com sponsored me vast sums of money to wear the buff, not the buff, the neck warmer. So I do wear the neck warmer, and that's why it's a little bit smelly, because I don't often wash it. So WeDayDeals.com if you fancy the neck warmer. The next item is very useful. And this is a phone or wallet, or a kind of wallet for when you go cycling. You want to put your phone in, credit cards, keys, whatever kind of stuff you carry, leg warmers, jacket, spare helmet, tyres, tubeless sealant, all fits in to this special wallet, which happens to be made. And it really annoys me when this happens. Right? This, of course, as you would expect, is by Rafa. But because it's kind of black writing on black background, you can't see that. Well, you don't want to be cycling along and you get to the cafe stop and everybody pulls out their wallet. And you say, yes, it is Rafa. And they look at it and say, well, I can't see that. And you say, look, it fucking says Rafa there. And they say, well, I can't see that. And you say, look, it's bloody Rafa, mate. I'm sponsored by Rafa to carry their wallet. And now nobody can see the logo because it's black writing on black background. I mean, whoever thought of that? I mean, if I'd had the choice, I didn't have the choice because they sent me this for nothing and then sponsored me to carry it around all the time. But nobody can see it. So, it's, that sponsorship, they're going to ask for their money back at the end of this year. I wouldn't be surprised because they're not happy with my performance. As many of you are not. Leave a comment down below if you're not happy with my performance. Right, moving on swiftly. And this one, The Land's End to John O'Groats Cycling Record, A Tale of Obsession, Hallucination and Happiness, End to End by Paul Jones. Now, I actually bought this book with my own money, okay? Paul Jones is not, this is the only product in this particular roundup that I'm not being sponsored to say nice things about. But I bought this book with my own money, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Not only, ladies and gentlemen, did I say it was probably the best book about cycling that I've ever read. I said it was one of the best books. In fact, I may even have gone over the top and said it may even be the best book about anything I have ever read. I think it is superb. It is a combination of interviews with cyclists, male and female, many of whom are quite elderly now, who have held the end-to-end record at various times, intertwined with a kind of story of Paul Jones and his life and some of his difficulties, some of his triumphs, and some of his own attempt at Le Jog. And as many of you will know, who follow my channel, I did ride Land's End to John O'Groats this year, and there is a series of very large series of videos about my accomplishments. So, very fine book there, highly recommended. The next item is I haven't got anything to show you, actually, and that is my local cafe in West Wickham, which is called Raif's, which is R-A-I-F-E-S, and it's a place that I go to once or twice a week. And when I go out for a ride with my mates, we tend to do a bit of a loop, and then we end up at Raif's because I like to have a flat white. Yes, a flat white. And then I sometimes have a tuna mayonnaise salad, which is very tasty. Now, I appreciate, right, if you are in other parts of the country, and I do have quite a significant viewership, or used to, I don't know where they've all gone, in the United States and in Germany, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand, other countries are available. I appreciate it's going to be difficult for you to get to West Wickham and sample the delights of Raif's. But what I would say is find your local coffee shop, try and support your local business, and if it's a good coffee shop, well then go there regularly, give them your custom. And if you have a YouTube channel, or if you don't have a YouTube channel, why don't you start a YouTube channel, and then you can mention your name, mention your name, well, you can mention your name, you can also mention the name of that particular cafe. And if I mention the name of Raif's often enough, they might actually give me free coffee. Although what they do sometimes give me, and don't tell anybody this, by the way, is they give me a biscuit for nothing, which I think is very nice of them. So Raif's in West Wickham is my favourite cafe. Right, moving on swiftly, and this item, you're thinking, Julian, what is that? No, it's not tomato. It's not a pineapple. It's not an exotic fruit. It is what we in the restaurant trade call a red pepper. And why am I showing you a red pepper? Well, one of the meals that I cook quite often for myself and my wife, because we really like it, is stuffed peppers. And I'm going to give you a quick recipe. I'm not going to write it all down for you because it's quite straightforward. Just get some peppers, as many as you want to eat, cut them in half, put them in a dish, sprinkle on some olive oil, and put them in the oven for about half an hour or so, and then take them out. And then chop up an onion fairly finely, get some beef mince, and fry the mince and the onion until they're cooked. And then I might add a bit of nutmeg. Sometimes I add some nutmeg, some black pepper, salt, obviously. I fry it in olive oil, sometimes a little bit of butter. And then I add some rice. I usually get a packet of it's kind of microwave rice, just because I'm too lazy. And I can't remember who it's by, actually. Anyway, get some microwave rice, cook that, then mix it in with the mince and the onions, and then spread that over your peppers, sprinkle a bit of olive oil on the top, and put it through in the oven and heat it through. And there you are. It is an absolutely wonderful, tasty dish. I've made it with turkey mince. I've made it with lamb mince, but beef mince is probably my favourite. So there you are. I am now sponsored by the Red Pepper Marketing Board of the... actually, I don't even know if these are grown in the United Kingdom. I must have a look when I get that sponsorship check through next time, whether it's the UK branch of the Red Pepper Marketing Board or whether it is from some tropical country. Now, obviously, if this is coming in by aeroplane and therefore is very bad for the planet, then you should not be using these peppers. But if these peppers are made in... they come off a production line, the Red Pepper Factory. I'm going to the Red Pepper Factory. I saw Greg Wallace do a thing on a Red Pepper Factory. I thought it was very impressive. Anyway, red peppers. Other peppers are available. Orange peppers you can use, yellow peppers you can use, green peppers you can use. Black peppers, that doesn't work so well because when you try and cut those little peppercorns in half, they tend to go everywhere. So I wouldn't use them. Don't use black peppercorns, but use red peppers. And the last thing, which am I sponsored by? Well, I'm sort of sponsored by and I'm sort of not, and that is YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. I have spent an inordinate amount of time, I don't know why I'm laughing, in 2021 watching YouTube videos, and I've got to say, I have enjoyed a lot of them, and quite a few of them I've turned off halfway through. And now, who was it who said Rich Ball? Top name there, Rich. Rich Ball left a comment on one of my videos and said, I have never ever sat through the whole of one of your videos, but I do like watching the beginning. So you probably won't get this far, Rich. You probably won't even get this shout out. And I even said to him, well, you missed the shout out. I was lying actually because I hadn't given him a shout out, but he hadn't got that far anyway. But this time, Rich, you have got a shout out and you're going to miss it because you haven't watched it. So if anybody's watching this who knows Rich Ball and is aware of what he's missing out on, then tell him to watch this video because he gets a shout out. So there are 10 items, 10 products, 10 things that have brightened up Julian's life, in cycling life, partly non-cycling life in 2021. And I'm grateful for all the sponsorship, grateful for all the views, and grateful for all the comments. I love getting your comments. I love responding to them. So please leave more comments. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Please like. Please hit the notification bell. And please remember that my channel raises money for the Vine Food Bank, which is in Croydon in the United Kingdom. And all of the money, yes, all of the money. Somebody was a bit sniffy about that. Well, I bet it's not all the money. All the money from my advertising on YouTube goes to support the Vine Food Bank, which is in Croydon in the United Kingdom, and therefore helps people who are less fortunate than ourselves. So I hope you have a very good 2022. There may be another video before the end of the year, depends on how I'm feeling, but in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.